Hi, welcome to Juice Bar. Today we're gonna mix an Irish cocktail. So it's almost St. Patrick's Day and I was looking for an Irish themed cocktail to make on this occasion, and guess what, there's a cocktail called the Irish cocktail. I didn't know. It's one of those really ancient cocktails. It goes way back at the beginning of the 20th century, I think. But I went back and checked the recipe proposed by Henry Craddock in his Savoy Book of Cocktail because he's the man. And it's a simple Irish whiskey cocktail with some bitters and a tiny bit of sugar added to it. Let's get down to mixing. I'm gonna show you today my version of the recipe because anyway, with this recipe, you look online, there are hundreds of variations. As long as you have curaçao, maraschino, absinthe and Angostura, then the amounts of each particular ingredient, it's gonna be slightly different depending on which recipe you check. So I just made my version of the recipe. And I'm gonna start with 2 dishes of Angostura. 1 and 1, 2. Then we go on with half a teaspoon, 2.5 milliliter of absinthe. I'm using the absinthe Pontarlier. I try with the extreme absinthe I have there, which is a bitter absinthe, but no, I didn't like that as much as with the normal absinthe. And so half a teaspoon, let's see, yeah, like that. And then we're gonna have 1 teaspoon of maraschino and then 7.5 milliliters of dry curaçao. I'm just gonna put a large teaspoon. I'm just gonna overflow it like that. And then for our main ingredient, the Irish whiskey, I'm using as my usual this green spot Château Léoville Barton because, as I said before, I like it but it doesn't taste like green spot, so I don't enjoy it neat. It's a really good Irish whiskey, but I don't know, I have better options to drink neat. I have the normal green spot, I have the blue spot. I also have some Meat of the Madness that I got when I visited the Jameson distillery in Ireland last summer. Anyway, now we have all the ingredients we need in our mixing glass. Let me get some ice and let's give this bad boy a stir. By the way, I tried to buy the Savoy Book of Cocktail because I was like, I'm using it so much and every time I have to go online and print out a page, and I ordered it from Amazon and I got screwed so bad. They sent me this copy where basically it was a reproduction of a PDF you find online in black and white and printed at 50% of the space of the page. It was awful. I sent it back. I mean, on the website they were showing the color version, which I think it's the hardcover version. I ordered the softcover version, but at this point I'm not gonna order anything anymore until I'm super sure it's the thing I want. Something decent. Actually, the PDF you see online, it's kinda cute with little illustration and cute color. That one I received was just crap. Too bad. Maybe I'm gonna get to have a hard copy of the Savoy cocktail book sometime soon. Let's strain this cocktail in a small chilled glass. It's quite short and intense. Let's express some orange peel. Henry Craddock actually says to put an olive inside. Guess what? 1 olive is never enough, so I'm gonna serve it with a side of Castelvetrano olives. So there you go, an Irish cocktail, my version with a tiny bit of Italian help. Cheers. nice orange smell. Yeah, for being just whiskey and bitters, it's pretty good. I like these amounts I chose. Of course, I made it myself. They give a tiny bit of spiciness, tiny bit of sugar in the form of maraschino and curaçao. You have a touch of absinthe, the Angostura touch of spice. It's nice. It's well balanced. I mean, it's whiskey. It's still whiskey plus a bit of extra flavor, but it's really good. I like this. It's a bomb. It looks really short, but because I guess you don't add anything else, it gets me really drunk. This green spot, by the way, is 46% ABV, which is just the right amount for anything, pretty much. Actually, some whiskey I like them to be cask strength, even higher, but anything that comes at 46 is already like, oh, nice. It's not 40, 46, huh. And it doesn't need to be chill filtered, so you usually can keep slight more oiliness and a bit more flavor. Ah, nice. I'm kinda happy with the choice I made regarding the absinthe and the other bitters and liqueurs. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Have a great St. Patrick's Day. And hopefully, I will see you next time. Cheers. I actually been to Dublin last summer, and it was really nice. Of course, everybody loves Ireland. The weather was exactly what you expect. You had the Ireland sky with the really fast clouds. One day was sunny, the other day was raining. Usually it was a mix of both. We've been to some nice bars. We've been to the Blind Pig Speakeasy, which I talked about when I mixed my Pelham 123 cocktail. We've been to the Brazen Head, where we had a great time having just fish and chips and Guinness. We visited the Guinness Museum, which was a bit too touristy. We went to Teeling, which was nice, but they really didn't have any special release from the place. We went to Jameson, where we bought all the whiskey I told you before. But I think the two experiences that stuck with me the most was one, taking a nap in a public park in Ireland next to a Gothic church. It was just so nice, with the sky, with the clouds walking fast. And the other thing, it was visiting Kilmainham jail, Gaol, where we couldn't go in. We arrived there and we're like, well, we're just gonna get tickets at the door. No, you have to reserve because it's often sold out. But we saw the museum, and seeing the history of the struggles of the Irish people for independence was really, I don't know, it's a story I didn't know anything about. And if you wonder why Ireland had so many economic problems, even in recent history, well, they really got screwed over by the British. First by being conquered, and then as they are one of the few that stand up to them and refuse to have anything to do with them afterward, they got kicked out of the Commonwealth, they got kicked out from all those things that the British hold power. So their price for independence was really steep. My feelings about England are so conflicting, because on one side, this thing I do, the British were probably the first to develop and explore, and made it possible by going over the world and making sherry and marsala, cognac and stuff like that. On the other side, man, did they leave behind a fuck ton of problems.